Morning. Welcome to the 14th day of Foundational Hebrew. Let us begin with a biblical text.
Father, do you mind? We can read this Exodus 21-22. So, grammatically, little bit analyzing it.
Yes, Mr. Kumar.
No. Do you mind if you are reading the Genesis 22, 1 and 2, because we are able to read it.
Okay.
To be honest, the grammatical sense of certain words are not.
Okay, surely we will do it. Okay, then we will take that up.
Please.
I had taken Exodus 3, but no problem. We'll begin with that. Okay. Good. Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Just we'll begin with Exodus 3, one verse, 1 and 2. Then we will take it up and we'll begin the verbal. Okay, good. Thank you. I am sharing my screen with you. So from Exodus 3, 1 to 5. U Moshe, Chaya, Roye, Et Son, Yitro, Hotno, Kohen, Midian, Bayan Hak, Et Hatson, Aher, Ham Midbar, Bayavo, El Har Ha Elohim, Horeba, Bayera Malak Adonai, Elav, Pelabet Yesh, Mitok, Hassane, Bayer, Vahinne, Hassane, Boyer, Bayesh, Va Hassane, Yenenu Ukal. Good. We stop here. So this is from Exodus 3. We'll begin with analysis of this, then we'll get into our Genesis text, which we took for reading. And look at the first word here, U Moshe. If you remember here, the first one, Va, Wow, when it goes before Mem, Bet, and Pe, it becomes U. So U Moshe. So in some places, earlier I said about the sentence construction, usually the verb comes at the beginning. But here, if you look, the noun, proper noun comes here, U Moshe. And this could be understood in two ways. Number one, that this is not a perfect tense, because here, if you see here, I point out to you. If you see here, Haya Roye. So Haya is the to be verb, infinitive, past tense, like Moshe was Roye. Roye, if you remember, Oa. Oa is always a participle construction. So Moses was shepherding the sheep or taking care of the sheep. So that Roye is a caretaker of the sheep, Roye. And for two reasons. One, the text talks about Moses. That's why Moses is at the beginning. Number two, this is not a perfect construct. So in a perfect construct, it would come beginning. Since it's a participial construct, it follows the regular sentence pattern. So Moshe and Moses was Roye, shepherding, Yet, object marker, Son. Son is a small cattle. You remember from the vocabulary, Son is small cattle. Ithro. Ithro is that name of that father-in-law, Jethro. Then Hotno. Hotno, here Hatan is a father-in-law. No. So when it's added, suffix is added, his father-in-law. So Moses was shepherding the cattle or the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law. Again, Kohen Midian. Kohen is priest of Midian. So he is a Midianite priest. Then by Yanhag et Hudson. Like he drove the sheep or he drove the cattle or he was running the cattle. Yet Hudson. Ahar. Ahar is after. After what? Ham Midbar. Midbar is the wilderness. So after the wilderness, by Yavo. Again, it's a perfect tense. He came to El, towards or to Har. Har is the mountain. Ha Elohim, the mountain of the Lord. Horeba, that is Mount Horeb. Horeb is the mount. And you remember earlier we said when A is added, it becomes it's a directional word. So he comes towards the mountain of the Lord, Horeb. Then number 2. Vayera, Ra'a means to see. Vayera, sorry, to appear. Vayera, Malak Adonai. Malak we know. Malak is the angel or the messenger. Angel of the Lord, Malak Adonai, appeared to him. So here, if you remember, Ra'a means to see. When it becomes a nifal, it becomes appearing, passive sense. So same word, you will have 2 dimensions. Like I see, something else is appearing to me. So this is a nifal construction, which means the angel of the Lord appeared. Elau. El is to, au is the suffix, him, to him. Bel labat yesh. Here, yesh is, we know, fire. By a fire or burning. Burning, in a burning, it's not necessarily the bush comes later. So here in a burning fire, so that's the construction. Belapet, mithok. So mithok is, we know from the last vocabulary, from the midst of. From the midst of the bush, Hassene. Hassene is the bush. Vayer, okay, and he saw, Vayer. Vahinne, hinne is behold. He saw and behold, Hassane boyer. The bush was burning. Ar means to burn. Boyer, burning, participle. Boye, oye. Then ba yesh, in fire. Va Hassane, the bush. Ye ne nu. So yen, if you remember, there is not. There is not the adverb of existence, that yen yesh. So it was not. Ukal means, okal means to eat. So the bush was not eaten up or burnt up. So that is the meaning. So here we begin with the proper noun Moses, and finally it ends with it's a ua. You see here, ua, that is the puval construction. If you remember the other day, from kal, we saw kal, nifal, pl, puval. So puval is a passive. So here, the bush was not consumed. That is the passive sense is expressed here. Ukal. Very good. Any doubt with this 1 and 2? Any word? So if you look at the words, yen we know, then yesh we know, then hinne we know, malak we know, Adonai, el we know, again yesh, mithok we know, ra'a, that is to see, the other day we saw, then ahar we haven't seen after, midbar we haven't seen, har we have seen, Elohim we have seen, and these are proper nouns. Yitro, Kohen. Yes, this is a common noun. Yes, Mr. Kumar.
What about the constructive of? Because we are saying mountain of God.
Okay.
Of, where is the constructive for of? Because I don't see any word which is indicating of.
Okay. Okay, here. So, Har, El, Har, Ha, Elohim, Horeba. So here it's not there. So it's only, we give the meaning. So to the mountain of the Lord. But later we will see, when we see the construct. So here, some words just staying adjacent to that, they express a possessive sense. Some will have a particle here. So for example, Elohim, God of Abraham. Elohim, Abraham. That would be God, Abraham. But if it is Elohai, Abraham, God of Abraham. So that way, some words will undergo changes. But the monosyllabic words like Har, they don't undergo changes. That's why we don't have any construct form here.
So is it the difference between Ben and Bain?
Once again, Mr. Kumar.
Is it like Bain and Ben? Bain is
correct. Yeah, correct. Bain is Bain. Correct. Son and son of. Correct, sir. Same thing. So the long one becomes short, or short one becomes long, or vowel is dropped. Like Elohim, Elohai, it becomes. Mem is dropped.
Bethlehem. Beth.
Correct. Correct. Bethlehem.
Bait and Beth.
Correct. There's that same way, sir. Okay. So Beth is Bait and it becomes Beth when it comes to as a construct form.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Just 1 minute. So we shift to that one. Good. So let us take that quiz sheet. Maybe you can take, if you have with you, that quiz. Very good. I share my screen. So all of you have read well. Okay, so I appreciate you. And let's just begin to understand a bit. Okay. Here, Vayehi. So Vayehi usually this expression Vayehi is actually Va plus Haya, that after this or and like that. So it's a Vayehi. And one thing we have to remember here, the original Hebrew did not have any punctuation marks. Okay. So without punctuation marks, the languages were there. So it's a and or but, they are the conjunctions actually. These conjunctions originally were invented to replace the punctuation marks. For example, in Greek, the kai, often you will have that kai. So kai can mean and or but. So here they wanted to convey a conjunction point or a pausal point, and since they didn't have the punctuation marks that time when they originally invented the language, they were using this type of construction like Vayehi in Hebrew and Vahaya in Hebrew, Kai in Greek. So this one, let's understand that this is a primeval form of conjunction. Vayehi, Aher, and after.
Father, this is Vayehi or Vaihi?
Vayehi supposed to be that that is missing here. Vayehi.
Which one is missing, Father?
This sound, short
Okay.
So here, this short is missing here. So when I copied, I think I mixed that vowel point.
Okay.
Vayehi.
Vayehi.
Vayehi. Okay, it's actually Vaihi because it's a short form. So this shwa is silent. So Vaihi.
Vaihi.
Vaihi, yeah. Vaihi. And Vaihi is simply and. Aher, after. Hadvarim. Davar, we know. Davar is word or thing. Davarim, things. Ha yelle. Yelle, we know. These things. Sorry. Yelle. Correct. These things. These things. So ha yelle hadvarim, attributive, because article attributive. After these things, and ha Elohim, va ha Elohim, Nissa, yet Abraham, means Nissa is to call again. So to do something again is Nissa, to call again or to see again or to meet again. So we can mean different, but this is a this expresses again the sense of, for example, Yosef here, that Saf is actually to see again, to meet again, to encounter again. So whenever this sa is there, it actually means that when it's done again and again. So after these things, again, yet Abraham. So the Lord appeared to him again, or the Lord spoke to him. It's a gliding meaning. So spoke to him again. Vayomer Elav, and he said to him, Elav. El is to Av, suffix to him. The Abraham, he said Abraham. Vayomer Hineni. So here, and after these things, God appeared to Abraham again and said to him, Abraham. And he said, Hineni, behold, I am. Then next one, Vayomer, and he said, Kahna, Kah is from lakak. Lakak means to take. Kah is a imperative. Na is please take. So it's like a we say with respect, please. Suppose if you look in Italian, it has a formal imperative, informal imperative. For example, eat well. Suppose I have to say to my nephew, I will say mangia bene. Suppose I have to tell my archbishop, I would say mangi bene. So here manja is an informal imperative, manji is a formal imperative. But here imperative is same, take. So like in English, we use take. For example, sit down. I can tell my inferior sit down, or I can tell my superior also sit down, but I add please. So na is actually please to explain means courtesy. Kahna, please take. So here if you see, no translation, I think it has encountered that please take. So God never has said in English translation, please take. But in Hebrew it is please take. Yet, binha. Yet is object marker. Bin is here. Binha, it changes because bin becomes binha, your son. Yet, yahideha, your only son. So yahid, your only son. Asher, ahavta, which are that you have loved. Here you see here katauta. If you remember katau, katua, katauta. So here katua, katauta is you have loved. Yet direct marker. Itzhak. Itzhak. Here if you say it's a proper noun. If you look here, usually we said that it will have 3 consonantal, but some proper nouns have 4. For example, here Itzhak. Itzhak means he laughed or he will laugh. Itzhak. Va lech, again imperative, go. Va lech lecha, and you go. Yel, yeretz, to the earth or to the land. Ha Moria. So here some people translate it as Moria mountain. Some places like Yeretz Ha Moria is the land of the Amorites. The land of the Amorites, because during the time of Manasseh, even until that time, during these places, there were child sacrifices were very common. So this is the place to refer to child sacrifice. The Amorites were doing child sacrifices. So maybe some connotation is there, Moria. Some take it to be the mountain. Va ha alehu. So here, if you remember, ha is there. Ala means to sacrifice. Ha alehu, make him a sacrifice there. So ha is he feel verb, cause something to happen. So cause this burnt offering, sham there. Le ola, again emphasis, as burnt offering. Al ahad, on the ahad, on the mountain or on the place or on the altar. So, but altar is mitzbaya. He harim, asher, omer, yeleha. So on the mountains which I tell you or which I told you. So here scholars often have this doubt because here omer is there. Omer means I have already told you, but nowhere before this Abraham is encountered by God. Nowhere it is in. But when did God say? So this is some means in this particular story there are many intricacies are there which we are not able to understand, that which I have told you already, but we are not sure when God told him. Good. Any doubt with this?
Father, what is this Heharim?
Heharim. Har is a mountain, ma'am. Harim is the plural, mountains.
And Elia, the last word, Elia.
Pardon, ma'am?
The last word, Elia.
Elia, to you. Eleha, to you. Which I have told you, which I have spoken to you. Eleha. This here, leha is actually a second person singular suffix. You remember li leha, lah, yes. That's leha. So here we have leha, same construction, leha is a second person singular suffix. So here it is added as well. Okay.
But why that yet is a ha, Father?
Okay, it's you remember for any definiteness they add eth, even for proper noun.
Oh, even for proper
Even
noun.
for proper noun they add eth. Any definite. So definite can be like this. Here also we have eth Abraham.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so eth David. So for proper nouns also they add eth.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so here ahavta is like katauta. Then anything which we have seen closer to it. Mr. Kumar, do you need any explanation on this?
Father, the word before aharta, et.
Which one,
What is that
sir?
actually? The word in the second sentence.
Second sentence.
The word before.
Ahavta.
Yeah, before et avarta.
Okay. Okay. Benya, like your only son, like yours only.
Benya. Okay. Next one, Father. Et.
Yet your only. So like that.
Okay. What is it actual? What is it constructive there, Father?
So here, iha.
Yeah.
So this is your. This iha. So is your.
Okay.
Okay. So yehid is from only your. Not necessarily in the sense of Yalad. Yalad is the only born son, but
Yeah.
here only a possessed son, something like that.
Yehat is actually one. That is what we know. Ehat.
That Yehad is with Aleph.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is maybe you are possessed or you are inherited, something like that.
Okay.
In that sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, thank you. And if you look here, Genesis 22, and if you have a look at it, just we'll take it. Is Isaac sacrificed? What do you feel?
Father?
Is Isaac sacrificed or not sacrificed?
He was not sacrificed.
No.
Are you sure? Please
No,
take,
what
if
is
you have Bible, please take Genesis 22 in English. Okay. Please take. Okay. Please take Genesis 22:19. Somebody would read 22:19. Just I will close the door.
Abraham went back to his servants and they went together to Beersheba where Abraham settled.
Okay. Where is Isaac?
Not mentioned.
Not
Yeah.
mentioned.
Where is Isaac?
No, I think here the construct is Abraham is the leader of the house. So when he goes back, that means everybody is going along with him. That's the construct here.
I see. Then why was author particular when in the beginning, no?
Yeah.
Okay, 8. You take 8. 22:8.
Abraham answered, God himself will provide one. And the two of them walked on together.
Okay, so here the author is very keen saying that the two of them walk. But here why he could have told, no, that both of them returned to his servants or returned to their servants.
So now that means Isaac is already sacrificed spiritually.
Okay, so that could be.
No, Father, actually, no, right. I mean, Abraham returned to his servants. The servants are only Abraham's servants,
Okay.
not Isaac's servants. So they say that Abraham returned to his servants.
Okay.
So that was the explanation what we could say, because Abraham is the leader of the house. So when he returned back to his servants means everybody inclusive of that.
So his son also is included.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Simple understanding for that. We are not scholars.
Okay, no, but your understanding is correct. But scholars say offer two explanations. Okay, number one, even in some school they say Isaac was sacrificed. Okay, even some understand that way. But if Isaac were to be sacrificed, that next chapter will not make sense, because next chapter we have the wedding of Isaac.
Yes.
According to some rabbinic schools, they say Isaac was sacrificed, and that is one reading. Another reading is from Christian scholars, they say they have a messianic reading here. So if you remember here, Abraham goes up mountain, So God also goes mountain. Abraham takes Isaac and God takes Jesus. And there, means Jesus does not come down from Calvary. The same way Isaac didn't come. So which means Isaac foreshadowed the future Messiah who will disappear on the mountain or will be sacrificed on the mountain. So
That's
some
what-
messianic reading they have.
Spiritual. It is
Yeah,
meaning that
spiritual
it is
reading.
spiritual
So
sacrifice.
it means some messianic tone they see. Usually for messianic tone they take Isaiah, but some have a messianic tone in Abraham narrative also they see. But it could be very spiritual interpretation, but that's the interpretation. But we can be just aware that Isaac does not return according to the text.
Yeah, that is like this explanation is from Scott Young, the spiritual
Yeah,
sacrifice.
it's a spiritual explanation, correct. And also, this will not make sense to Jewish audience. Only it will make sense to Christian audience. Even the Isaiah text will, Messianic text will make sense to Christians, not to the Jews, because they would never think of a Messiah there in that text. But we see Messiah in that suffering psalm, etc.
Yes.
Very good.
Most of the psalms written by David is actually prophecy about Messiah, right? How do they interpret Jews interpret that? Because if you read the psalms which is written by David, most of them are talking about Jesus in the direct imperative sentence, actually.
But we apply that, but they still wait that Davidic psalms will be fulfilled.
Okay.
For us, it's realized in Jesus, but for they still await for.
Yes.
Yeah, they still await. Very good. And usually in Jesus' time, there were many that messianic expectation was very high. That everybody will thought that every girl was thinking that she will give birth to a Messiah. So many messianic claims were there during the time of Jesus. The messianic expectation was high. So that also one way that Jesus came to be the Messiah. I mean, some theologizes that way. But very good. So super. Good. Shall we continue? That's since we have learned the other day, today it will be easier for us, the perfect tense. Today I will introduce you into the perfect tense and then we will see the imperfect. Good. So let's quickly say together the katau, katua. So shall we say together? I am not putting in the slide. Shall we begin? Katau. Together.
Katau.
Katua.
Katua.
Continue. Katauta.
Katauta.
Kataut.
Katuvi.
Katauti.
Katauti.
Katuvu.
Katuvu.
Katauteim. Ketauteim. Kataunu.
Kataunu.
Yeah. Mr. Kumar, you alone? Katau.
Katau. Katua. Katauta. Katuvi.
No. Kataut.
Kataut.
Katauti.
Katauti.
Very good.
Katunu.
No. Katuvu.
Katuvu. Sorry.
Yeah.
Katuvu. Katuvin.
Ketauteim.
Katautin.
No. Ketauteim.
Ketautin. Okay, sorry.
Ketauteim.
Ketauteim.
Yeah.
Ketauteim.
Very good. Kataunu.
Kataunu.
Kataunu. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Father Jose, will you please conjugate for us Zakar in the same way? Zakar.
Zakar.
Very good.
Zakara.
Super.
Zakarta.
Super.
Zakart. Zakarti.
Very good.
Zakartu.
Zakaru.
Zakaru. Zakartem.
Zakarteim.
Zakarten.
Very good.
Zakarnu.
Super, Father. Zakarnu. Very good. Super. Now, Mrs. Karen, Kawats. Together.
Kawats. Okay. Kawats.
Very good.
Kawatsa. Kawatsta.
Kawatst.
Kawatsti.
Very good.
Kavatsu,
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 yeah,
Kavatem,
Kevatsem,
and Kevaten.
Kevatsem, Kevatsen,
Kevats,
Kevatsem, Kevatsem,
Kevatsin, Kevatsten, and
yeah, Kevatsten,
Kevatsnu.
Kevatsnu. Very good. Kevatsnu. Super. Kevats means to gather. Okay, Mr. Terence, the prophet gathered the people. How would we say?
Kawats,
Very good.
Hanabi,
Very good.
Am.
Okay, ha-am is definite. So what we will have? The object marker. Yet ha-am.
Am.
Yet
Am.
ha-am. Okay, very good. Mr. Joyce is also here. Mr. Joyce, the other day we saw the Hebrew perfect verb. So that's the katao. We started with that katao to the end, and we told the conjugation, and we are trying to make sentences with it, and we are trying to make different verbs. Taking the different verbs, we are making conjugations. Okay. Maybe if you are confident, you can say katao. You've gone through, Mrs. Joyce?
Yes, I went to further, but
Okay.
I'll not be able to right now.
Okay. Could you please read then katao?
But I don't have it.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Mr. Kumar, how would you say he remembered the words?
Father, I forgotten the vocabulary for that. Sorry. Remember.
Zakar. Father Jose was conjugating. No? Zakar.
Zakar, okay.
Yeah,
Zakar.
he remembered.
He means Zakar. Zakari.
Zakar. Simply Zakar.
Sorry. Okay, this is the first tense. Zakar.
Yes, Zakar. Words.
Li.
Zakar.
He.
No, Devar. Devar is a word. Plural would be Devarim.
Okay, Zakar, Devarim.
Okay, he remembered the words. The words.
The words. Hadavarim.
Hadwarim. Okay, Hadwarim.
Devarim.
Okay, Hadwarim. So, yet Hadwarim. Zakar, yet Hadwarim.
Okay.
Okay, Father Jose, he remembered the words which the prophet spoke.
Zakar, Et Hadavarim,
Very good.
Asher,
Super.
Hannavim.
Okay, Amar.
Hello?
Amar is spoke, Father. He spoke.
Amar. What was the sentence, Father? He remembered the words
prophet spoke.
which the prophets spoke.
Yes.
Asher, the prophets. So it is plural.
Okay.
They
No, singular you could say, Father. Because
then
Amar we have not seen.
then Amar.
Yeah.
Et. No. Hannavim. Amar Hannavim.
Very good. Amar Hannavi. Asher, Amar,
Hamar, Hannavim.
Okay. Very good. Super.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. Terence, we remembered the words which the prophet spoke.
He remembered the words.
We. First person plural.
We remembered the words. Sakarenu.
No, Zakarnu.
Sakarnu. Hatuarim.
Very good.
Asher, Amar, Hannavi.
Very good. Asher, Amar, Hannavi. Very good. Okay. So did you go through the sentences of the previous day? You have any doubt with that exercise? Were you able to do?
I couldn't go further. I mean, I'm stuck there. But
okay, which sentence, sir?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just take it.
I couldn't try further. Sorry for that.
Okay. So, Mr. Kumar, Mrs. Karen, Mrs. Joyce. Any doubt with the translation?
No, Father. I
Okay.
went through it, but I don't remember now. But I went through it, to be honest.
Okay.
But I don't.
Maybe just we'll take 1 or 2 sentences from there. Because today is actually building up from there.
Okay.
So we'll take it. Just 2 sentences. Okay, so this is the vocabulary we learned. Yom, day, Laila, night, Makom, place, Shamayim, heaven, Yalad, to bear, Kawats, to gather. Then we saw Zakar, to remember. Ehad is 1, Bain, between, Bethok, in the midst of, Mithok, from the midst of, Gum, also, Lo is a negating particle. Okay, just let's take here 7. So Yashawnu Bethok Hayir Valo Halaknu Min Hammakom Hahu. Okay, so here Yashawnu. Yashawnu is from Yashav. Yashav we have learned Yoshe. Yoshe means to sit or to dwell. So Nu is here. So Yashawnu. So Nu is, when Nu is there, it's always first person plural. Like you remember Imanu, Nathanu, Imanu, Immanuel. So Nu is first person, God with us. So Yashawnu, we dwelt Bethok, in the midst of Ayir, in the midst of the city, or we sat in the midst of the city, were low and did not, Halaknu, Halak, Holek we have seen, walking, Halaknu, we did not go, Min, from, Hamakom, Makom is place, from the place, so here from that place, Hahu, who is that? Article, attributive. So here we sat in the midst of the city and we did not go from here, from there, from that place, or we did not walk from that place. Good. Okay, let's see. Yes.
This Yeshav, first the root word of the first word.
Yeah, first one. Yes.
That is actually in the call perfect, right? Past
Yeah,
tense.
it's a call perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, call perfect. It's the first person plural. Yashawnu.
Yeshavnu.
Yeah. And how would you analyze this one, Mr. Kumar?
Which one, Father?
Kalaknu. So what type of verb it is? Kal?
Kalaknu. Actually, the root is Ha, Lamek, and Kaf.
Okay. Hey, Lamet, and Kaf. Very good.
And it is in the perfect tense.
Very good.
Ha, and it's the usual perfect tense. And
How perfect.
And the last part is the suffixes for the plural, first person plural. Nu.
So how would you analyze which person it is?
Alaknu, we, actually.
First person, singular or plural?
Plural.
Yeah, first person plural. First person plural of call perfect from the root holek or from halak.
Halak.
Very good. Okay.
Root is actually ole for that, actually.
Which one?
The root is ole or halak?
Halak. He, Lamet, and Kaf. Halak. Holkim. You remember? To walk, yes. Walking. The messengers were walking towards the river. We saw.
That is actually participle form.
Yeah, Holek is participle form. Halak is a perfect form.
Perfect.
The consonantal root is same.
Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. Now let's go to number 8. Mr. Terence, you will try 8. Yalada.
Yes, Father.
Number 8.
Yeah. Yalat. Ha.
Yalada.
Yalata. Ha. Isha. Eladim. Rapim. Yafim.
Very good. So now first, sir, you analyze for us Yalada. Just to tell which tense it is.
Third person. feminine, singular.
Very good. So from which verb? Root verb?
Root yalat,
Yalad means to bear a child.
to bear a child. Okay.
Yeah, Yalad. To
Yalad.
give birth to. To give birth to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isha,
Isha.
Isha is the woman.
Okay. The woman gave birth to
To
Yeladim.
Eladim. Eladim means
Yelad. Yelad means child. Yeladim means
children.
very good. What type of children?
Rafim, that is bad
Rafim.
children. Evil
Rafi means
children.
many, many.
Oh, many. Oh,
Many.
Ra only is
Ra'a is bad.
okay.
Rav is many.
Many, yeah, Abraham.
You remember
okay.
here Abraham.
Abraham, yeah. Ravim, many
Ravim.
children. This is beautiful.
Very good. So many and beautiful children are many beautiful children. So it's all in indefinite. So no article. That's why it is attributive.
Father, here Eladim is actually male children, right?
Yeah, male children.
So all young male children are beautiful. That's what the sentence means.
No, means the woman gave birth to many and handsome children, we can say. But when it comes to Yelad, no, until the child means Yelad includes both genders until they are in age 12. So till they come to age 12, both gender, boys and girls are called as Yeladim. So that's why here. So it could mean both, because it's actually they don't discriminate the gender until the child is 12.
Okay.
Even in other languages also, some languages. Good, very good. Super. Okay. Next one, just we'll take the now verb. Mrs. Karen, 9. Look at the second word which I am pointing now. Kavatsta. How would you analyze this verb? Kavatsta.
That is kavatsta is to gather.
Okay. To gather is a root, ma'am. Here, how it's a which person, which number it is? Kavatsta.
Kavatsta.
Katauta.
Kavatsta is
Katau, Katua, Katauta.
just a minute, Father. I've written it down somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, 1 minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Kavatta. So it is you wrote. I mean, you gather.
Second person.
person, singular.
Singular. So second person, singular. Very good. Kavatsta. Okay. Very good. So here it's a little tricky sentence. Look here. Lemi kavatsta yet ha kesaf vayet ha zahav. So here kavatsta, as Mrs. Karen translated, you gathered the silver and the gold. Here me is who, lemi is to who or for whom did you gather the silver and the gold. So lemi could be for whom or to who, literally. Good. Then lo nafal. Father Jose, nafal. How do you analyze this verb, Father? Nafal. Which person, which number?
Nafal. Nafal is third person singular.
Okay. So third person singular.
Singular.
Very good, Father. Here, this is also again one tricky sentence here. Nafal. Lo nafal yehad me han naarim. So me is from the boys. So not one of the boys or not one of the young men fell. So nafal means to fall. Nophalim. You remember? The fire came down from heaven. Nofal. Nafal is to fall. So not one of the boys or not one of the young men fell. Lo nafal yehad. Very good. So when you analyze a verb, and if you analyze that by gender, number, and a person, then the meaning will be clear to you. Instead of just looking for like, instead of going by the sound, if you analyze a little bit, then we will get the meaning. Very good. So good. Now we'll take 2 minutes break and then we'll resume today's lesson, which is very simple because we have just revised Katau. Very good. So let's resume. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, so look at these three verbs we are going to see today. These three verbs and one more, that is Nathan. So Nathan. We'll just see these three. So first we'll finish these three. So look here, Katau. So we have seen Katau, or we have seen Yeled, that is Yalad, Kavats. So here, earlier we said they are strong in the sense, so their consonants are very strong, and they don't have gutturals. So in the first position, second position, third position. So both all these three are consonants without gutturals, so they are very strong. But if you look here, 1, 2, 3. So here, first consonant is a guttural. Here, second consonant is a guttural. Here, third consonant is a guttural. So now we are going to learn when gutturals come in either first place or second place or in third place, what change it will make. The change is very simple. Okay, the change is usually happens with the shua. For example, we have here Ketautem. So in the second person plural, it is changes to Ketautem. Ketautem. So here, this ketautein, this look at shua here. Under guttural, a shua will not stand. So since a shua cannot stand, it becomes a ah sound. So this is a simple, but otherwise sound is same. So like this, only when there is a shua, there is a little change in the form. Otherwise, sound is with, if you go by sound, it won't make change. For example, it is amathein. We'll just look at the slide and we'll see. So now we are going to see how the verbal patterns differ, or perfect differs when there is a guttural. And why guttural gives a problem is guttural can't take a shua underneath. So that gives problem. And how to solve the problem, we are going to see. Very simple. So nothing to remember, nothing to worry, just to identify. So let's look here. So this is today's lesson here. So we have three verbs here: amad, bahar, shama. I'll explain one by one. Amad means to stand. Bahar means to choose, like election, to elect. For example, I chose you. So that would be baharti. I chose you, that I chose, baharti. Shama, shama means to listen. Listen, O Israel. Shema Israel. So Shema is actually imperative, but here it is perfect. Shama, he listened. Look here, amad, first consonant is weak because it is guttural. Here, second consonant is weak because it is a guttural. Here, third consonant is weak because it is a guttural. Now we will see. Now first, let's quickly run through here, which is not there. Katau. Here, katau, katua, katauta, kataut, katauti, katuvu, ketautein, ketautein, kataunu. So you remember katau here virtually. So amad, amada, amatta, amat, amatti, amadu, amatein, amatein, amatnu. So only here it's a change. Look here, the shua, instead of shua, plain shua, it has a vowel sound a and shua. But pronunciation is same, amatein. So if you look at the transliteration also, it is amatein. So no change. So like katav, it remains until here. Only in the second masculine plural, second feminine plural, that changes. But what we need to is we need to only identify the ending. So ending does not change, suffix does not change. So it won't give any problem. So it just plainly runs like katav, katua, katauta, kataut, katauti, katau, katuvu, ketautein, ketautein, kataunu. So instead of ketautein, ketautein, it is amatein, amatnu. So it is not yematein, yematnu like ketautein, but it is a because vowel it can't take a shua, so vowel point is added. Amatein, amatnu, amatein. Good. Okay, let's form little sentences. The prophet stood. How would we say, Mr. Kumar?
Father?
The prophet stood.
The prophet stood.
Yes.
Annaveen.
Very good.
Single. It's a single person, right? Father.
Masculine singular.
Amat.
Yeah. Amad Hannabi.
Amat Annaveen.
Amad Hannabi. Okay, very good. Mrs. Karen, the woman stood.
Amida
Very good.
Aisha.
Very good. Amada Haitsa. Okay, very good. Father Jos, you stood in the temple. Second
You
person,
plural. Huh?
yes. Masculine singular, Father.
You
You
stood in the temple.
Yes, Father.
Masculine plural. Okay.
Masculine singular, Father. Here.
Masculine singular. Okay. Amatta
Hmm.
in the temple.
Yeah.
Ba
Very good.
ha hahekal.
Bahekal. Very good. Bahekal. No, Behekal. Bahekal.
No need of yes. Bahekal. Bahekal. Yes.
Bahekal.
Amatta Bahekal.
Very good. Super. Mr. Terence, I stood in the temple.
Amati
Very good.
Behekal.
Bahekal.
Bahekal.
No, Bahekal. Just it's Bahekal.
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 Very
In the
good.
temple. Okay.
In the
Bahekal.
temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Father,
Yes, Mr. Kumar.
shall we also say Ani Amat Behekal?
Which one? Ani.
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 Yeah, that
Because
is. That is I. Okay, that's for emphatic, but otherwise it's not necessary.
So when
So-
we don't need to conjugate with the verb, then we
Yeah,
should-
we note because that usually comes with the nouns and adjective. For
Okay.
example, I am good. Ani to we say, or
Yeah.
I am Yeshu. Ani Yeshu we say. But for verbs, it does take. But it means some only in very few cases it comes for emphasis. Otherwise, it's included here, like in European languages.
So normally they don't use this.
Normally, they don't use the proper pronouns separately for the verbs.
Okay. So we also always have to use with the.
Yeah, we have to use only the conjugated form.
The verb itself will.
Yeah,
take
the
care.
verb itself has it. The verbs it
Almost immediately we realize in English. So
Yeah,
that it comes. That's a confusion always. It's very difficult.
yeah, like we translate first I, that is a pronoun, then we
Yeah.
go to other things.
We
Okay.
don't realize we are not thinking in the Hebrew way. We are
Yeah,
thinking
correct. Semitic. Correct.
translation is happening in the mind in English. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
sure. So we translate literally, like I stood. So I
Yeah.
is
So when
Ani.
you ask me, immediately my point is I wanted to say the first person.
Okay, sir. Good. Very good. So Amati. Now we will try with Mrs. Joyce. We'll take third person plural. The man and the woman stood in the temple. So what would be for the man? Mrs. Joyce? Ha. Haish.
Haish,
Very good.
no,
And the woman?
and
And is
no,
were Haisha.
Haisha,
Okay. Stood. Third person plural. Amadu
Amadu,
in the temple. Bahekal.
Bahekal.
So the man and the woman stood in the temple. Haish wa Haisha. Amadu.
Haisha,
Amadu.
Bahekal.
Bahekal. Okay. Very good. Super. So that is first conjugation of the day. So the first consonant is weak. In the sense, first consonant is a guttural. Now let's go to the second one. Second one, you see here, three consonants are there. Number one, position 2, position 3. Position 2 is weak here. So Bahar. Bahar means he chose. So from infinitive, if you want to say, you can say to choose. To choose from many or to elect. So the concept of election comes from Bahar. Bahar. It's a ha sound. It's not Bahar, like it's not he, but it is het. Good. But for the time, we can Bahar. We need not use that German ha, Bach, but still Bahar, Bahar. So here you remember now again virtually Katau, Katau, Katuva, Katauta, Kataut, Katauti, Katuvu, Ketautain, Ketautain, Kataunu. So here the change comes here because the Shua is here, Amada. So only here and here, the two places where the second place is Shua. So Shua combines with A. So it is not Bahera, it is Bahara. It is not Bahiru, but it is Baharu. Very simple. Instead of Shua, you just add a Patah. That is A. So Bahar, Bahara, Baharta, Bahart, Baharti, Baharu, Behartain, Behartain, Baharnu. So two places, that is third person feminine singular and third person plural. So Kettava, so that Shuva becomes A. Good. He chose David. How would we say, Mr. Terence? he chose David.
Bahar,
Very good.
Yet,
Very
David.
good. Yet David. Very good.
David.
Super. Mr. Kumar. The people chose David.
The people
Chose David.
choose. Aham,
Very good.
Baharu,
Super.
David.
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 Yet David. Yet David or yet David. Some places we can see David expression also. Okay. Baharu means they.
The Ket here. How do you pronounce? You're not pronouncing it as Ket here actually.
Which one?
This one, the Bahar.
Yeah.
This is actually Ket actually, right? It's the sound is different, right? Bach.
Baha. That's ha no. That in German it's that Bach.
Bach.
Yeah, Bach. German Bach. It is.
Actually, we are not pronouncing that guttural sound basically.
Supposed to pronounce, but in the initial time we may not get Bahar. So it's
I found very, to be
but still
honest,
we can use it.
to pronounce this particular in the middle of the word, because if it's the beginning of the word, okay, we can pronounce
Yeah, in between it's a little difficult.
Yes, okay.
But if you listen to the audio file, no, they're very particular that each letter they will pronounce that way. Guttural is guttural. So Baharu. So that way it's very hard.
That is what we could see a lot of difference. What we are talking, what we are trying to speak, pronounce the word.
Yeah, pronounce. Yeah.
They are
in gutturals, in the English speaking, we don't have gutturals that. So we tend to neutralize the sound.
So what is the actual pronunciation for this action?
Bahar.
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 Okay, right.
Bahar.
Right.
Bahara. Baharta. So
throat
it's like sometimes some type of throat agitation you should create. Baharta, Baharti, Baharu, Baharten, Baharten, Baharnu. Okay, but still you can try the original sound. Okay. So here, the people Baharu, yet David. Okay, very good. Father chose. We chose David.
Baharnu.
Very good.
Yet David.
Very good. Baharnu yet David. Good. Mrs. Karen, she chose David as husband. She chose, or the woman chose David to be her husband.
Bahara,
Very good.
Haisha,
David. Very good.
Haish.
Okay. Here, la ish would be to be husband. So ish can mean man and husband. La ish means as husband or to be husband. La ish. Just if you add a preposition la, it becomes as. It means to, supposed to be literally to, but to be husband. So to be husband. So in English we can say as husband.
La ish.
La ish. La ish. So la with shua, lamed and shua. Good, very good. So the second conjugation is very simple, because in the second place where there is a weak, where the verb is weak because of the second position guttural, there is a change in the third person feminine singular and third person plural. Now we go to the third verb of the day. We have one more. Shama. Shama means he listened. The infinitive would be to listen. Here, the weak position is the third position. Shama. So a is the weak position guttural. So now again, let us virtually run through with katau. Katau, katua, katauta, kataut, katauti, katuvu, ketautem, ketauten, kataunu. So here, the third position, that is here, if you look here, baharta, bahart, baharti. So there we have here, so the third position instead of here, so here, shamata, it becomes a silent. So the silent, since it's a silent, it takes the shua, shamata. And the next one, if you see, instead of double shua, shamaat, because if there are two shuas, that first shua has to be sounded. But since a sounded shua cannot be under a guttural, it becomes a. So only change is here, shamaat. So instead of here, if you look the previous one, double shuas are there. Here one shua changes to comets. That is short R sound. Only here we have a change. Other places are same. So here guttural here takes a shua. That's a silent shua. So earlier we said guttural can't take a shua. By that I meant that shua which is to be sounded. So here it is silent shua. Shamata. Shamata. But here since it would be sounding, so that changes to a. So that is shamat, shamati, shamavu, shematen, shematen, shamaunu. Sorry, shamanu, shamanu. Once again, shama, shamaa, shamatta, shamaat, shamati, shamavu, shamaten, shamaten, shamanu, shamanu. Good, let's form a sentence. He listened. How would we say, Mrs. Joyce? He listened. Third person masculine singular.
Sama.
Shama.
Shama.
Shama. That's all. He listened. So Shama. He listened or he heard. Very good. Mr. Terence, the woman did not listen.
Woman did not listen. Okay.
Yeah.
Lo samatha.
Now slowly. Feminine singular.
Yeah. Okay. Sama.
Shama. So it sounded Shama.
Yeah. Shamaha.
Shama.
Lo shamaha.
Yeah, because
Shama
I is silent. So
yeah.
Shama. Okay. Lo Shama. Very good. The woman Haisha. Okay. The woman did not listen. Very good. We did not listen. How would we say, Father Jose? We did not listen.
We did not listen. Lo. Shamanu.
Shamanu. Very good. Shamanu. So this is sound. It's not sounded, silent. Ayin also is silent. So Shamanu. Actually, here there is a pause. So ayin is not pronounced, but there is a guttural stop. Shamanu. Shamanu. So that's a stop is there. Shamanu.
Father, the previous sentence, the woman did not listen.
Yeah.
So that lo shama that
Yes,
is enough, no? Should we say Isha?
Okay, we need not say Father, but since I said, I mean, if we had said she did not listen, we could just say lo shama. But since we said the woman did not listen, I said Aisha, Father.
Okay.
Okay, good, Father. Thank you, Father. Super. Okay, now let's go to the next one, which is very simple. That's a Nathan. So again, I go to the paint. Where is it? Okay, so here we clear the board. Okay, so we are going to take another verb which has final nu. So the regular verb is khatau. So we take this. Okay, so now we have another strong verb in the sense all the consonants are non-gutturals, but still position number 1, position number 2, position number 3. When there is a final nun, so this rule is called final nun. Final nun, there is a little change takes place because this nun disappears. This nun either disappears or doubles. So it either disappears or doubles. Because we know Kattaunu, for example, Kattaunu is we wrote. So Kattaunu, we have like we wrote. So suppose here, this also is nun, Natannu. So Natannu, we need not write double. So instead of writing double, we just put a dagesh. Because when there is a dagesh inside, it is actually doubling. So it's a doubling. So it is supposed to be nu. That's what we are going to see. So the rule is simple. Though they are strong in the sense they have no gutturals, since there is a final nun, it undergoes a little change. Not much change, which easily we can make out. So let's go back to the slide. The perfect of Nathan. Here, the explanation is here. This verb has a peculiarity in its inflection. The second nun, that is this is the first nun, this is second nun, of the stem is always assimilated to the initial consonant of the subject suffixes. So suffixes is ta, ten. So it is assimilated or integrated or becomes part of it. Note carefully the following forms. The dagesh is forte, indicating doubling. So either it is assimilated, that is disappeared, or doubled. That's what we have explained. Just we will see here. Nathan, Natana, Natatta. So it is not Natanta, but Natata, Natat, Natati. So here in these three places it disappears. Instead of Natanta, we have Natata. Instead of Natanti, Natant, we have Natat. Natanti, Natati. Here it is simple. Natanu. Again, Natantem. Instead of Natantem, we have Netatem. Netatem, Natannu. So here it is a doubling. So in these 5 instances, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there it is assimilated into the suffix or disintegrates or becomes part of the suffix. Here it becomes part of the third dagesh, that's the dagesh with the third nun, where it becomes doubling. Natannu. Here Natatain, Natatain. So since it is a nu is inside, so we write double. Te means double T is written because it is hidden there. So assimilated, but when it's transliterated, we mention it is with one T because that dagesh actually refers to the doubling or duplication. Okay, quickly let's run through virtually with the Katau, then we'll see Nathan. Katau, Katua, Katauta, Kataut, Katauti, Katuvu, Ketautain, Ketautain, Kataunu. Now with Nathan. Nathan, Natana, Natatta, Natat, Natati, Natanu, Netatain, Netatain, Natannu. Good. He gave, God gave. Suppose how do you say? Nathan, Elohim. God gave Abraham. God gave Abraham to us. Maybe you can say Elohim, Nathan, yet Abraham, Lanu. So we can say to us, Lanu, yet to us. Good. So this is very simple. Just remember doubling. And again, we need not confuse because the suffixes don't change at all. Ta is always masculine singular ending, and the feminine singular second person ending. So we will never be confused. Just we need to only look at the suffix. So now let's look at the sentences, then it will be clear to you. Are these four forms clear? So we have first vowel weak, first consonant weak, second consonant weak, third consonant weak, and third nun. We have seen four types of conjugations today, but all based on Katao. Okay, so this is quickly to run through conjunction. The other day we saw this as well. Were before Beth and mem, pay, it becomes who. Then before vocal shua, that is shefarim, it is ushefarim. It's very simple because u is a long sound, so if it is a sounded, or since it is sounded, it has a long sound. We can take both ways. Then before vowel, before guttural, it becomes a, and before monosyllabic, it becomes a. But this, from the context, we can always make sense. Now we go to the vocabulary and sentences, then this will be clear to you. Gibbor. Gibbor is warrior, hero, valiant. For example, last week we had in our first reading that God appears to Gideon and he says, "The Lord be with you, you are a mighty warrior." So Gibbor Hail, mighty warrior. You are a mighty warrior, Gibbor. Then give a. Give a is a little hill. So hill, not necessarily the big one. It's like a mound. It's like a little top place for this, like for example, Sermon on the Mount. We say it's not really a mountain like Western Ghat or other Eastern Ghats mountain, but it's like a small mount. Give a. That's a place which is elated. Give a. Mayim, water. Shamayim, you remember here always with, it's a plural noun, but it can be translated as water or waters. Then Mahane, ha, again, ha, Mahane, camp. Like again, we had in the Gideon reading that Gideon is in a camp of the Midianites, Mahane. Milchama, Milchama is battle or war. Peri, fruit. For example, in the first that fall story where the woman is tempted with the fruit, peri is fruit. Bahar, to choose. It may take object yet, but more commonly with bahar be, he chose me, so it goes with also. Harak, to kill. And the other day we saw katal. Katal is it's ordinary killing. Harag is like assassinating, like killing somebody who has power. Harag. Then yada, to know. Lakah, to take. You remember from the reading today. Kahna, take please your son. Kahna. So lakah means take. Amad, to stand. Then lifne, in front of. So here, if you look at the verb here, harag, which position is weak here, Mr. Kumar? In this word, which position is weak?
First question, Father.
Okay. Then Mr. Terence, in the second one, yada, which position is weak?
Third position is weak.
Okay. Father Jose, lakah.
Third position.
Very good. And Mrs. Karen, Ahmad, which position is weak here?
First position.
First position is weak. Very good. So livne is before. Good.
Father, the first one, both
Yeah.
of them are weak, isn't it? The ha and resh also is there.
Okay, but resh here, we consider resh actually takes shua. So it's a guttural, but still it takes shua. So we consider only aleph, ayin, he, and het here.
So if the root is having a resh, it is not considered as a weak vowel.
It's not weak. It's not weak, but it's a guttural, but it's not counted as because it can take a shua, sounded shua.
So only these 5 alphabets are considered to be weak when they are present in the root.
Correct.
Aleph and He.
Yeah, there are 5 maybe we can understand this way. There are 5 gutturals, but 4 gutturals are weak. We can understand that way. Like aleph, ayin, he, and het. Okay. So it has a guttural sound, but it takes a schwa. Okay, very good. So now let's go to the translation. Okay, so let me do the first one for you. Natavu ha anashim kerem gadol al ha give a. So here na ta a. So here not, you remember note means to plant. He is planting, participle we have seen. So here third position is actually weak. Ayin is weak. Third position is weak. So natavu, okay, it's actually third person masculine plural. Planted, they planted. Who planted? Ha anashim, the men planted. What did they plant? Kerem, vineyard, big vineyard. Gadol, big vineyard. Al, on the hill or on the mount. Gibwa is a hill. So the men planted a great vineyard or big vineyard on the hill. Now let's go to the second one. Okay, Father Jose, will you please do for us number 2? Lo.
Lo.
Yeah.
Lo is the negation participle.
Very good.
Then yadauti.
Yeah.
Yada.
Yada. To know.
To know. Yadauti would be I. That is
Very
the first
good.
person.
I did not know.
I did not know. Then
He.
key.
Yeah.
Key is
could be.
because.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Father. It could be because, or it could be that also, like introducing a clause. I did not know.
Not know that.
Hmm.
Who?
Yeah.
Who is that?
That, or it can mean he. You remember, Father? Who means he? He means
Yes,
she.
yes.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
So I did not know that
That he
harag,
harak.
which we saw now.
Meaning
Harag is here. Kill. He killed.
to kill. He killed.
He killed.
Killed. Yet. Yet is the direct object marker.
Okay.
Then Hannavi. That is the prophet.
Okay. So or the professor, we can say. So I did not know that he killed the prophet. He killed the prophet.
Prophet. Okay.
Good. Just kidding. Okay. So I did not know that he killed the prophet or he assassinated the prophet. Very good, Father. So here actually two forms are here. Harag is the third person masculine singular. Yadati is the first person common singular. Yadati. Very good. Let's go to third one. Mrs. Karen.
Yamedanu.
Slowly, ma'am. Ayin is silent. So you begin with this Amadu.
Amedanu.
No, there is no nu, ma'am. It's u. Amadu.
Amedavu.
No, Amedu. Only three syllables. Me.
Du. Ha.
Very good.
Eda.
Slowly. Ha.
Diem.
Ba.
Ha evadium.
No, ma'am. You are trying to pronounce this ayin. Ayin is silent. So ha, va, dim.
Ha avadim.
Very good.
Ha.
Very
Resha.
good. Reshaim.
Li.
Livne.
Pene. Livne.
Very good.
Ha. Melek.
Melek. Very good.
Amelek.
Okay, now let's translate. Amad. Amad, the root, what does it mean, ma'am? Amad. The first one we learn, no? Stand, to stand.
To stand.
Okay, Amadu. Katubu.
We stand.
Katuvu. Kataunu would be we stand. We stood. Amadnu. But it is Amadu. Katuvu. Third person. Common plural. They stood. Very good. Who stood? Evad. Evad means servant. Avadi means?
The servants.
Okay. What type of servants? Here, article, attributive.
Rashi.
Rasha. Ra
Both
and
servants.
Rasha, both same. Wicked.
Raja.
Wicked or evil. Evil
The
servants
wicked
are wicked
servants.
servants. The wicked
The
servants.
wicked servants stood.
Very good. Livne, which we saw
Livne.
today here. Livne, last word. In front of.
In front of the king.
Very good. So together now, the
The wicked servants stood
Very good.
in front of the king.
super. The wicked servant stood in front of the king. Very good. So the next 10, maybe next 7, you could try by yourself. Very good. So here I pause now. Just I tell you what we are going to do. This one more class we have. And before we wind up, that's the last slide. I will just show you. Then I'll tell you in 1 minute, like what we are going to do in the final day, so that we are able to make sense of Hebrew Bible even without. So just 1 moment. So look here. So this is imperfect. So this is from Lambdin, 22nd lesson. So actually Lambdin is divided into 4 levels. A1, A2, B1, B2. So for A1, they have 11 lessons. A2, 21 lessons. And A3, 45 lessons. And sorry, B1, 45 lessons. B2 is 55 lessons. So we are going to, by Wednesday, we'll complete level A1, that is level 1. And this is the completion of level 2. Actually, the article number 90 here. In the lesson, it will be 22. Here it is the conjugation. Ikto, tikto, tikto, tiktavi, ekto, iktavu, tiktona, tiktavu, tiktona, and nikto. So here, instead of suffixes, we have all prefixes. So see here, earlier we saw Katau, Katuva, Katauta, Kataut, Kataut. So like that we saw the suffixes. But look here, only the prefixes, and in 1 or 2 places we have suffixes. So the prefixes are ikto, tikto, tikto, tiktavi, ekto, iktavu, tiktona, tiktavu, tiktona, nikto. So in the next class, we will just understand what is imperfect. And imperfect, when joins with vav, like vayomer. Vayomer, so here vayomer, he wrote. So here, yomar is actually he will write. But why do we say he spoke? But it's written in future, but we translate it as perfect. I'll explain that one. Then we will explain what Mr. Kumar told, the personal pronouns, ani, etc. Then I'll explain to you how the suffixes are added. In the sense, suffixes in the noun, for example, possessive, my horse, his horse, their horses. So that is it. So these 3 things we'll learn in the next class, and we'll summarize the entire thing. And I will introduce you to how to use the Lambdin on your own, then how to make, because once you are thorough with the Lambdin, that's how. Hebrew grammar is that much only. There is nothing much. And I will refer to you 1 or 2 more books where you can find extra information for self-learning. And I will introduce you to the last lesson. And also, meanwhile, you could collect all your doubts and keep for our next lesson on Wednesday. Good. So quickly, let's run through that up today. Today we began with lesson 9. We just ran through Katau. Then we saw 4 types of forms. That is 3 guttural forms and 1 third nun. That is Nathan. Very good.